Mr President, in Tasmania, we've just enjoyed 10 days on the island. This year's event was held over 3 weekends, with 4 days in the northwest, 3 in the north and 3 in the south. And there were some installations that extended across that period. I acknowledge the fantastic work of CEO Jane Haley, creative producer Vernon Guest and artistic director Linda Hume, supported by the board under the chair Saul Eslake. In only 5 minutes I cannot possibly do justice to the amazing program, so I'll just mention a few events from each region. I hope all members took the opportunity to attend some of the events of 10 days. The events were structured to maximise on other events in the state and international events, including International Women's Day. In the Northwest, International Women's Day included a tribute to Northwest women with a multi-dimensional artwork created by and about several generations of inspirational Northwest women titled Here She Is. Women of the Island was shown in all regions and a number of more remote locations such as Zeehan, Stanley and Exeter, as well as in Hobart and Launceston. These truly moving stories of inspirational young women and not so young women from across the state was wonderful. If you didn't get to see them, I encourage you to view them on the Women of the Island website or on social media. A number of these women are my constituents who I know and deeply admire. Big Heart's Acoustic Life of Sheds, an event I've spoken about before, that again was a promenade concert spanning 60 kilometres over 4.5 hours, exploring 5 sheds in and around Wynyard. A fantastic event that received fantastic accolades. In Pursuit of Venus was an incredible visual arts centrepiece of 10 days. The epic creation of Maori artist Lisa Rihana is a 17-metre hour-long video work juxtaposes idyllic island landscapes with imagined first encounters with Captain Cook and his colonising officers, sailors and traders and the Indigenous people of the Pacific Islands, New Zealand and Australia. Mr President, it was a very thought-provoking diorama and took over 10 years in the making and is sought after by galleries around the world. Out of Chaos was a world premiere of Australia's physical theatre company Gravity and Other Myths. It was a breath-holding event for audiences as we witnesses the incredible strength of these acrobats who displayed amazing strength, teamwork and trust. In the north, the Enchanted Island was held at the Clover Hill Vineyard and a magnificent concert of Baroque opera featuring soprano Sarah McIver, mezzo-soprano Anna Dowsley and bass baritone Christopher Richardson. And they were accompanied by Tasmania's own period instrument ensemble, the Van Diemen's Band, conducted by Ben Bale, with staging by Linda Hume, and it was a truly wonderful performance. There are also events for the family and children which we attended, with some children borrowed from friends. Baba Yaga, starring Australia's own Christine Johnson, was a wonderful retelling of the classic Russian fairy tale, with lots of laughs and many good messages for young and not so young alike. The Children's Party was another powerful family event that was very pertinent following the recent action we saw many young people take in their strike action to seek policy makers' attention to issues that matter to them, particularly climate change, equality and civil society. It certainly reminded Mr President that we must listen to the voices of young people in our decision making in this place. In the south there were so many events it was impossible to get to them all, and some sold out very quickly. And I'll mention some that I did get to. Dance North's production Dust was another world premiere of a mesmerising study of human potential expressed through contemporary dance, accompanied by violin in a truly moving production, and that was out at Glenorchy. Eyes as Big as Plates was a wonderful photographic exhibition of everyday elderly people transformed into timeless mythical beings, including some Tasmanian people. This was created by Scandinavian sorcerers fusing folklore and photography as they question our ageing and its relationship to nature. Breathtaking was, well, a breathtaking performance again of 2 Baroque virtuosi. Once again, our own Van Diemen's Band was joined by world-renowned vocalists taking us back to a bygone era of the 16th and 17th century Baroque and the royal courts of the Renaissance. And if you shut your eyes, you could really believe you would have been there. The Mayor's, Mr President, was a world premiere performance by the Tasmanian Theatre Company. I don't know if any members saw that, but it was truly challenging for performers and audience alike. An amazing play. A very powerful performance that explored the themes of power, including physical, psychological and sexual, as it moved through time from Greek mythology to current time. And I will close on the performance of Compassion. What a moving and incredible and timely performance. As noted in the program, in a world of conflict and division, this profound performance by Nigel Westlake and Leora drew on ancient wisdom to offer a timely message of love and hope. Sung in Hebrew and Arabic, Compassion fused the achingly beautiful voice of Leora and the transcendent mastery of a world-winning composer Nigel Westlake with the sublime power of our very own Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra. It was the most incredible performance to lose myself in and let the music and messages just wash over me, and it rightly received a standing ovation. Mr. President, I have the program if anyone would like to read it, because I think it's really worth reading the story of the work. And I'll just close with some of the words of Nigel Westlake from the program. And he said, "It is my hope that this music might offer to its listeners the space and opportunity to reflect upon the qualities of that most noble human sentiments, the good stuff that enriches our lives with meaning, insight, depth and intrinsic worth, the virtue of compassion." And from Leora's final song, the encore song they came back to sing, the lines in that song were, "Compassion is the measure of man." Mr. President, it was a wonderful 10 days, and I look forward to the next one in 2 years' time.